Hey everybody, it's me Ryan here, MandRproductions, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the 2007 LEGO Star Wars Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter with Hyperdrive Ring. This is a really neat set. Its set number is 7661. It had two minifigs, Kit Fisto and Episode 3 Obi-Wan. It had 575 pieces and retailed for $50 when it was released in summer 2007. So a pretty good price per piece ratio. You get a couple of cool minifigures and of course the greatly designed set. Now, this set has since seen a remake, kind of, with the newer LEGO Star Wars Jedi Starfighter with Hyperdrive Ring. So if you're interested in a comparison between this 2007 model and the newer 2017 model, please check the links in the description below. You'll find a link to the comparison. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it, and if you have anything to say about this set, comment down below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take an up-close look at Kit Fisto and Obi-Wan. The first minifigure is the Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can see it's a pretty simple minifigure. Again, back in 2007, there wasn't a lot of common leg printing, or even back printing for that matter, so it's kind of lackluster from that regard. The chest print or the torso print isn't even that appealing either. It's kind of simplistic, kind of run down. I don't know. It's got like a little belt there at the bottom, but again, no waist printing or leg printing or back printing on this minifigure. You will see though on his head, which is kind of cool, he does have his little microphone headpiece that he has, so that's kind of cool on there as well. Of course, the hairpiece isn't going to come off with it, but you can see it on there just fine. There's no double-sided head or anything, double-sided face, and there are no pupils on him, which actually looks funny nowadays that a lot of the minifigures do have pupils, but now this one does not. So pretty good minifigure, but again, still lacking a lot of the printing detail that we see on modern-day minifigures. Next up is Kit Fisto, and he was new to this set back in 2007, and he is an absolutely stellar minifigure. You can see his mold on his, his whole head, I guess, is absolutely stellar. LEGO did a great job there. The print on it looks pretty darn good. The brown does look very nice with the green color they've gone with, and I think LEGO did a great job. He's got sand green hands, and underneath you can see his torso there. I just wanted to remove his head so you could see it easier. No back printing or anything. Kind of looks like Yoda from behind without the head on. And then we'll put his head back on. You can see it just looks very, very cool. Kit Fisto. The hairpiece, or the headpiece, I guess, is rubber. You guys can kind of hear it. It's rubber, so it's a little bendy. It's got a little give to it. It's not hard plastic, so it's not going to just break on you, which is really nice as well. So that's Kit Fisto. Let's take a look at the Hyperdrive Ring and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. Now that we've seen the minifigures, I want to take a look at the Hyperdrive Ring and some of its features and design cues. Now, obviously, it's a little bit starting to look dated, but again, it is from 2007, so it does actually have a pretty modern look still. Obviously, you don't have anything to hold on to here in the center. It's all open, which is a really good and accurate design. At the top is basically where you're going to have to hold it from, which is good. It works very well. The round design is very well built with Technic pieces, so it's not going to fall apart in your hands. Unless you pull it by the plates. You don't want to pull on these plates, but the plates and the color scheme all works well together. The dark blue and white all goes well together. You can see some of the hyperdrive boosters here on the side with the blue translucent pieces there in the back for the engine effect. Down here you have a couple of green and orange studs for a little bit of additional flashing lights effect. So that's pretty neat. You can see the Jedi Starfighter sticks in there pretty well. It's not going to come out really unless you give it some real force. So that's really nice. So all you have to do to get it out of there is pull it straight back. It's basically sticks in there with those Technic pins you can see underneath there, and it's going to go right into those two holes there. So a pretty simple design. You can see it's really not very detailed though in the center. It's just kind of empty here. It's just kind of a little twig of Technic pieces crossing and holding up the Jedi Starfighter, which works in this set, which is nice because the Jedi Starfighter itself is not too heavy, but of course you could have had something a little bit more there because this does have some give. I'll show you here. You can push it quite a bit, but again, it's not going to fall apart on you. It's going to stay together. It's a very well built set, so I'm pleased with it. The only thing I have a problem with is these, which I don't even know if you need to move up and down too much, but they do tend to break off if you move them up and down. So the best thing to do is try to get these in a place where you don't need to move them so that you can just move the Jedi Starfighter in and out. And I'll just do a quick example of putting the Jedi Starfighter back in. Again, it's just going to slide right in there, and no problem. It'll kind of click into place slightly, and then it's in there nice and easy. So I'm sure you guys want to see the Jedi Starfighter up close, so let me go ahead and take it off and bring it in up close. Alright, now you can see Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter up close. Of course, this is the blue Episode 3 version, not the red version that he crashed into the big Separatist ship earlier in the movie. So you can tell it looks pretty cool. It's got a nice dark blue color scheme, which I actually really like on this set. I also really like these dark blue cones here, the translucent ones that make the weapon effect there at the front. I really like that. You got a couple of pieces out here, the sticks on the sides for a little bit of extra weaponage too. No flick fire missiles, no stud shooters, nothing like that on this Starfighter. You have the R2 unit head on here on the right, and unfortunately it's not on a swivel mount. It's just kind of stuck on there, so that's kind of a real disappointment. I'm pretty sure they had swivel mounts back in 2007. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, they definitely had to have. I have no idea, but it was a missing feature here, and kind of disappointed it wasn't included. It would have been really easy to stick on there. On the side here, you're going to find that its wings are openable, so you can open these up there and there, and you're going to be able to do that on both sides. Now, over time, they do kind of wear down, and it makes it harder to do, but it does work very easily if you get it done right, and unfortunately, it's just going to keep falling apart in my hand. And we'll open it up like that, and you can see them all opened like that. Actually looks pretty cool. They all have stickers on the inside, so they're all going to be kind of matching, which is cool. And then you get a sticker on the inside here and here, but of course I don't have one there. So closing these up, you do have the Republic insignia here. It is printed, and also a couple here on the back, different ones. So looks pretty cool. And then also the printed cockpit piece. Very, very nice printed cockpit piece. Of course, this is the 2007 version, so it's the older version of the printed cockpit piece. There is a slightly newer version, but it's pretty much the same. And the only other thing on this ship is the landing gear. Pretty simple underneath, so a couple of engines on the back. Inside the cockpit, you'll see an area for Obi-Wan where there are some stickers for his control panel, and we'll go ahead and stick Obi-Wan in there in the seated position pretty simply. He just kind of falls right in. Unfortunately, he will get stuck in there sometimes if you have him. Unfortunately, he just fell, but he'll fit in there very nicely. You can see just like that, it works perfectly. No real complaints with the design of this other than that it's a little bit flimsy. You can see that I'm having trouble with it just reviewing it and not even putting much wear on it, so you can imagine a kid playing with this might actually have some trouble. So definitely an old design, and it kind of shows on some of the playability here, but still a pretty cool ship, and definitely a nice addition with the Hyperdrive Ring. Having seen the whole set, I would definitely say it's worth picking up if you like it. If you can get it anywhere under like 75 bucks, it's totally worth it. Of course, the Episode 3 Starfighter looks super cool in dark blue, and then of course the Hyperdrive Ring itself, of course, looks super sleek, super cool in dark blue as well. Even though it's kind of a minimalist design since it was created in 2007 compared to the newer version. If you guys want to see a comparison, again, check out the links in the description below. One last note, that Kit Fisto minifigure, absolutely awesome. This was the first set it ever came in. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy, please drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make great content. And comment, again, if you have anything to say on this review or this set in general. If you have any good old-fashioned memories, let me know down below. I'm kind of interested what kind of nostalgic feelings people have towards sets. And again, if you want to see a comparison, link in the description below. Check out one of these two videos. If you haven't seen them yet, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Bye.